And I'm done. My name is Mathieu Flamant. I'm Phil's brother and best man. We're one for one, guys. I don't really like speeches, so I got some notes here. But first I'd like to say good evening to everybody. I'd like to thank the Browns for showing us a true definition of fine, I forgot, Southern hospitality. I promise I forgot. Also, I want to thank my parents for last night showing us their version of fine Southern hospitality as well with the barbecue. As we heard last night, and I'm sure you've heard at many weddings, many speeches start off with, well, when I first met so-and-so freshman year, or when I first met him here or there. Well, I don't really remember the time I met Philip first. I'm guessing you're probably naked in a bathtub together. You're supposed to laugh. That's cute. No, but what I do remember from Philip is a few stories that kind of characterizes what kind of a person he is. So I figured I'd share some of these stories with you. Oh, they're fun. You were there. The first story kind of just shows how Philip really loves his family unconditionally, no matter what. And how truly, truly in love with his family he is. My parents and I were sitting there with my brother and sister. We were about 5 years old. And my dad decided to tell a story of how when I was born, my nose was squished in. And I was pretty much the ugliest baby in the world. So I got that going for me. So then my dad says to us, as he's telling this story, he's like, yeah, we thought about throwing it in the trash. He was so, we'll give him a few days. The doctor said in a few days his nose should pop out. And so my sister's looking at me like, ha ha ha, you're ugly. And I'm like, of course, I'm not better looking than you are now. But then Dad finishes the story and says, oh, well, 2 days later, we decided to keep him. His nose popped out, he was fine. So as you know, my sister and I are making fun of each other. We just turn over and Phil's crying. And he's all just totally teary-eyed, and he looks over, and my dad's like, what's wrong? He's like, are you really going to throw Matthew in the trash? Alright, and then the second story is talking about Phil's gullibility when he was a little child. Also, this goes into maybe he didn't know how to read too well. Back in the day, my mom used to smoke cigarettes. And one day he picks up the pack of cigarettes and it reads, warning, cigarettes may cause harm to pregnant women. Philip again starts crying like, Mom, you can get pregnant from smoking. Lastly, another story. This is great. This shows, most of you know Philip knows he's really stubborn. And not only is he stubborn, he's very determined once he's stubborn. So one day Philip got a little mad, got a little upset. He's like, I'm leaving. Again, he's about 5 years old. I'm leaving the house now. So he walks over to his room and Julie's crying, don't leave, don't leave. Philip's like, I'm leaving, I don't care. Puts one pair of underwear, one pair of socks, short t-shirt, and one toy. Closes his bag, he's like, I'm out of here. Opens the front door, walks all the way to the end of the driveway and sits on the street. About 20 minutes later, my dad walked up like, you want to come inside now? I was like, okay. But he was determined to leave. Nice. I lied. Well, then we come to our most recent story, which most of us who were here last night heard. It was about the time Philip and Caroline met. Caroline then walked into his life, pretty much fell in love with him and swept him off his feet. Without a clap. Caroline, we see how happy you make Philip, but equally important, how happy you are. You guys introduced us to your wonderful family. Patrick's a really good golf player, made me a lot of money the other day. And your dad has great wine, which is nice. And obviously your wonderful friends as well. And now, to continue with the story theme, this is where you guys start your new story. This is the beginning of your book, so to speak. It started in the classic mode, chapter 1, introduction, at a bar. Drunk. Again. Chapter 2, fall in love, at a bar. Drunk, as usual. And now I guess we're at chapter 3 now. Chapter 3 is you guys getting married today. And today we see Mr. and Mrs. Philippe Flamant over there. Well, now you guys have the rest of your life to write that book. And on a side note, if you're going to make me do a book report, can you give me the clip notes, because I don't really like romantic novels. I'm doing this. So everybody, please raise your hand and repeat after me. Raise your hand or glass. Raise your ass. To the next chapter.
How long is his?